Alright guys, just come with me today and we're in Scottish Borders and Galashiels. We have an annual maintenance to carry out on a Daikin VRV4. There's a couple of wall mounts, a couple of Daikin splits. Wash the filters, clean some fascias, check the read-ins, calibrate the thermistors, check for any refrigerant leaks. Yeah, and anything else that the customer kind of needs us to have a look at while we're here. I think there's a couple of pumps that we'll need to test as well, see if they've failed or if they're any good or that or so. Just head up here and get the filters out of this unit. Check that pump. See, we're not that bad there, but give them a wee wash anyway. So pour some water down here. You can see the float's a little bit squint, so I need to make sure that straightens up. I've just got that water, I've just poured it down the drain pan here and you'll be able to see the pump is filled with water. But that float's not leveling up straight. Pour a bit through now and you'll see. So you can hear that pump's just kicked in there, but that float isn't sitting level, so that's potentially going to leak. So I'll take this apart and have a wee look and see if we can fix this. I've had it before where I've had to just replace the pump because this wouldn't sit level. It's just the next unit next door. You can see here, pretty much the same issue. The drain's just filled with crap really, and it's going to cause problems in the future. So pop my head above this ceiling here, you can see the ducted system, 2 filters that need to be taken out and washed, an Aspen pump, and obviously check your pipe work for any oil leaks, and there's a little BS box over there also. Back to the van again. Just wanted to go over a couple of things that I kind of forgot. Well, I couldn't really carry everything at once, but yeah, so next part of the maintenance, I've got all the filters out, I'm about to go and wash them. So I don't know if you've seen this before, but I've used it in my other videos. It's a Works Hydro pressure sprayer, where you just fill up a bucket essentially, fill it up with water, you're going to attach this hose, and it's basically portable pressure washing. It's not as good as like your plumbed in stuff, but it's really handy for this, for cleaning condensers and filters. Does the job spot on. Got my pipe thermometer, checking the clamp, basically clamp onto the pipe, check the thermistors, and make sure that the thermistors are calibrated to the reading of this. My little portable hoover for when you're going around. I've got ducted units in this place, so it's good for cleaning the grills, so you don't get that dust and the crap all over the floor. One of these, kind of underrated really, because when you're above these ceilings it's kind of hard to get into the tank pumps to get a funnel in there, so the fact that this is flexible, yeah, it's just it's quite handy. You can kind of bend it and manipulate it to however you need it. And then my electronic leak detector, checking for leaks and all that stuff. So I'll see you back at the unit when I start using some of this stuff. And there she is. This is what we're here looking at. It's just a small unit. I believe this has got it's a 3 pipe with I think 6 indoor units. Got the filter set up out here. You already know what this is. I've done a setup video on my TikTok if you want to go and have a look over there. It's again just HVAC Scotland. You can see this could really be doing with a little bit of a clean. whoever does escaping out here. So what we'll do is we'll clean up these filters. I mean, these aren't even that bad, and then we'll go back in, put them all in, start testing the unit. Currently got it off at the minute, and I'll be back once these are all put back in. You'll be able to see now, even when like they look all right, you still get a bit of dust build up in them, and you know, it's like when you're working in comms rooms, you get all that horrible muck. But they all look, you know, 10 times better. So leave them out here to dry for a little bit, and I'll carry on with the rest of the condenser. While I was on site as well, I noticed this return air grill. You can see, I don't know if you can notice that, but there's loads of kind of crap and stuff built in. It's not really a good look for the customer, so I'll give this a bit of a wipe down as well. Don't know if you can see that, but 10 times better. It just looks like a maintenance has been done as well, especially the one being ducted units, washed from front to back. So I'll put this back in place also. That's me got the cover and that off now, so if you know, you know, by the way. You know, they're dead handy if you're a service engineer. That and the impact driver, because there's just far too many screws for this. So looking in here, you can see a couple of friends in here, loads of spiders, quite a bit of crap in there. I'll clean this up, got all that off. This is why I was saying earlier on about having a portable hoover, a vacuum, no cables. So another thing I like to check is the compressor. Get this jacket off and exposed, and then we'll be able to have a look at the crankcase heater in there, make sure that's working. You can see up the back there's been a lot of potentially moisture, water icing up, because all the paint's kind of come off of the, is that the, I think that might be the accumulator. So yeah, I want to show you something actually, just as I was about to get into the nitty gritty there. Always isolate the power before you do that, remember, work safely. But we'll look at this. Tell this hasn't been touched off, turned off in a while. You can't even isolate it, can't even turn it. Instant fail right there. Always check your isolators. What is it with me and isolators? So now what I'm going to have to do is find the breaker, isolate the power from the breaker, to carry out the rest of this strip out. So you'll see here, almost this stuff out there. Check your crankcase heater, that was on. That's what I was trying to show you in the time lapse. Get yourself a little volt pen just to make sure this is still getting voltage, and check the temperature of it. This feels nice and warm. I've had this unit off for the duration since I got here this morning, so I'll check the thermistors and then give this thing a run and see what's going on, see whatever's happening in the back here. I also got all the crap off of the boards and things like that as well. Another thing to do when you're on a maintenance as well is always put it on test mode, just to check all your valves, your solenoids and stuff are all opening up. Highly recommend it. So I think it's 21 times, so press and hold mode, press set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, return, set, return, return. Hear all that. You got the T1 logo coming up there. Heard everyone open here, didn't sound too healthy, so we're going to have a wee look and a wee dig around. Just while you've got all the unit on at the isolator but off at the controllers, you can check all the calibration and what it's supposed to be reading on the indoors. Make sure that, you know, because the room temperature is probably about, I think when I measured it was 21 degrees, so just make sure that they're all sitting about the same. So that's us just fired it up now. One thing our customer asked us to check is the pressures of the plant. However, we all know because the refrigerant leaks, it's not something that we're viable to do unless we suspect there's been some sort of refrigerant leak. But one thing you can do, I don't know if anyone's aware of this, on your VRVs and stuff, you be careful because this is live, but you see the red and blue at the top there, that's your high pressure and your low pressure switches. You can actually use a meter. The meter I'm using is the Testo 770, and if you take the VDC voltage and you can convert it on the Daikin app, and that'll tell you your pressures. So it's just a quick tip. Yeah, also the oil turn solenoids up the back, you can see up the back there, but they can get blocked and cause issues with the compressor, so I want to just check all that out as well. Also got the pipe clamp on here to read the discharge pipe here. Now ideally you would want this insulated, but unfortunately I don't have an insulated one yet. But it'll give me a rough idea, because this thermistor here sometimes can get burnt when compressors are changed and stuff, this lagging. So I'm going to check this with this thermistor and make sure that it's reading what it should be reading and we've got no issues there. An easy way to find this is come to the wiring diagram. You can see down here, thermistor. If you look down, you'll see thermistor M1C discharge rate 1P, R21T. And if you go onto the main PCB, you'll be able to find R21T and locate what plug to check. And actually, just to add on to that, so R21T you'll see here, if you look up onto your main PCB, you'll see R21T right here, which is X19A. So if you come over to the board here, see if you can find X19A, which is so I've undone this clip here, and as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but behind all these cables here, you have to be careful because obviously this is live. In here you see the red plug here, and it says, if I can get it to focus, X19A. So what I'll do is, if I can get I'll need to turn the power back off for that, and then what I'll do is I'll unplug this plug and check the DC voltage. Get my camera focus. The DC voltage of that, and then compare it to the Daikin app, and it'll tell me if it matches the temperature I'm reading here. So that's me got it on there now, 153. Don't know if you can see that, but so that on the Daikin app says it's about 30, I think it's 31, 32, and you can see here my pipe temperature is about a degree off. And considering that's not insulated either, I'm tending to say that thermistor is all good. So I'll go around and I'll check the rest of the thermistors now, and make sure they're all good, and start wrapping this up. Thanks for watching. That's us guys, just to wrap this one up. Unfortunately I tried to get back into those interview rooms towards the end of the day, but there was people in them and they were being used, so they weren't leaking the last time I was in there, but I think the drain and stuff is just completely blocked up. So I'm going to recommend to get all that gutted out and cleared out, and go from there. Don't know what you think of this, but this bucket here, it's quite good. It's just for me, I think it's just a little bit too small. It's really compact, it's nice so that it folds away and stuff. I think that's pretty nifty. So this comes with the Worx pressure washer, by the way, if you're ever wondering. The tool bag's a Vettel bag, small, compact, all everything I need for service and maintenance. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.